Welcome to the wasted world of sports, where the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play. But it's the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 hey. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. Scrums and tries, they're all well and good, but we're here for the jokes and 10 pants less from the kickoff to the final whistle blow. We'll take the two and we're ready to go. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. We break down the plays, but it's all in jest. With the laugh and the cheer, we bring out our best. No serious analysis, no expert critiques. Just a bunch of mates sharing plenty of drinks. Well, ways to roll, from sideline jokes to post-match tales. All big goofs and their big fails. We're not so serious, and that's our style. With each ahoy, we raise our skies. Ahoy, ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. So come along and join our sporty crew, where the banter's always fresh and the laughs are true. Oh, wasted world of sports, here's to our cheer. We'll see you on the pitch and drink some beer.
World of sports, eh?
Oh, he's copped a head right to the nuts. Tedesco's butt crack.
Ahoy!
He's nearly taken security's head off.
I have no idea what the wasted world of sports is.
Wasted World of Sports, ahoy. Dear God, is everybody as nervous as I am? Cowboys supporters out there nervous? I'm petrified. I tell you what. Game of Mel, ahoy there. Vincent Spears Music. Michelle. Dan Jam. Flurry. And I'm going to scroll back up here, make sure I haven't missed anybody. The James, of course, they're launching into the chat room. Welcome along. Nice to have you here for semi-final number 1. There are only 6 teams remaining. Season 2024 draws ever nearer to an end. Who will join the Panthers and Melbourne next weekend in the preliminary finals for whatever it's worth? I mean, is it really worth all that much? Honestly, at the end of the day, let's be perfectly honest, brutally honest, if you will, and suggest that these two teams are pretty much playing for the right to lose in the coming weeks, whether that be next week against the Panthers or whether that be the week after against the Melbourne Storm. Let's be brutally honest. But still, you never know. Miracles do happen. So I've heard. It is possible. I just can't see, honestly, either one of these teams. I cannot see having back-to-back big performances. If the Sharks got through, let's just say, or the Cowboys got through, they will get touched up by the Panthers unless either side has their grand final performance. And then they will go into the grand final against the Melbourne Storm and get absolutely dusted up. I can't picture either side having 2 massive games to defeat the number 1 and 2 teams in the competition in back-to-back weeks. I'm sorry, I just can't see it happening. So these two teams are pretty much playing for the right to just survive for a little bit further. Another week, an extra week of just survival. But still, an extra week would be just so meaningful for the Sharks. The Sharks who have not won a finals game in their last 7 attempts. They've not won one under Fitzy at all. So very important for them. Another loss, another straight sets exit that they're on the verge of. And who knows what the answers are. Well, we've discussed it in the chat room before, haven't we? As to some of the answers. Excuse me for 1 second. Another straight sets exit, and the Sharks would have to seriously start asking questions about the horse that they've backed. That horse being Nico Hines. And I'm not singling Nico Hines out as being responsible. No, he's just a big part of it. He's in the wrong position. Anyway, James, ahoy there, mate. Flurry says, Flurry's talking to Michelle. You got an X account. Well, that must be fun. Hello there, Barky. You tell me what all that commotion was about, huh? What was all that commotion for? Going on out there? Gamerboy 210, ahoy there. Flurry says, I need to remind you all, Titans beat the Sharks. Yeah, the Titans very nearly beat the Panthers this year as well. And the Sharks have 1-1 with the Cowboys. So, my point is, we can't read very much at all into previous games throughout the course of the season. The finals is a brand new ball game. One game apiece this season. The important stat, though, if we want to talk about previous encounters between these two sides, the Sharks have won. I think I looked this up earlier. I believe I've remembered it correctly. The Sharks have won 11 out of the last 13 against the Cowboys, which sounds impressive, right? But I think or 11 out of the last 13 or 11 out of the last 14. But 2 of those 3 that they haven't won have been in final series. How about that? So the Sharks have got it all over the Cowboys in the regulation rounds, and then the Cowboys bounce back and typically beat the Sharks in finals footy. That's an interesting stat, I thought. 7:50 is kickoff. So we're 10 minutes away. This is going to be, honestly, such an unusual game. Because I am not in any way going to be able to call it down the middle tonight. I hope we're aware of that. I hope we're prepared for that. My God, Cameron McInnes, he's busted up already. X is for swearing at elbow. Fair enough. Tom Dearden is in fine form. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the game, shall we? The game coming up, same game multi that I've got on. And so for the Sharks, Mulatalo has scored quite frequently against the Cowboys. So I've gone for Ronaldo Mulatalo. I don't know exactly how many tries in the last, how many clashes with the Cowboys. I didn't look into it in that much detail, but I just went into the previous encounters between the Sharks and the Cowboys, and Mulatalo's name popped up a fair bit, as you would probably expect. I mean, his name does appear on try-scoring lists quite frequently anyway, but especially against the Cowboys. So we've gone for Mulatalo in there. Now, for the Cowboys, Kyle Felt and Murray Taulagi are obvious choices, but they don't offer... A same-game multi with Mulatalo, Felt, and Taulagi is pretty much not even worth it in terms of backing. So I've gone a little left field here with this one, but it's essentially a free bet because I get $50 bonus bet cash back guaranteed if any leg fails. So it doesn't matter. It's a free shot that I've got here. So I'm thinking the Sharks have been really, really weak defensively around the ruck. Harry Grant scored 3 tries last weekend. Mitch Kenny has scored tries against them. Opposition hookers seem to find a lot of space. Now, whether that be for themselves or for a big second rower lurking outside them, 1 or 2 out the ruck, I think there'll be opportunities there. We saw Munster score running out of dummy half last week as well in the Sharks qualifier. So opportunities will be there for not just Reece Robson himself, but look for the big second rowers, Lukey and Nanai, running 1 or 2 off the ruck to just burst over in huge gaps that open up, especially on the Sharks' goal line defense. Opportunities will be there. So I've gone ahead and I've gone Nanai over Lukey, but that was a flip of the coin. And I've gone for Reece Robson as well to get a try himself. And for the Sharks, it was a toss-up to include Britton Nikra, who's always included in everything. But I think Nikra is so included in everything that the Cowboys will give him a little bit extra attention tonight, which does open up an opportunity for Teague Wilton. Teague Wilton could take on that role that Nikra usually provides, and there'll be an early try-scoring opportunity perhaps there for Teague Wilton. So, yeah, I've gone pretty crazy with the same-game multi on this occasion, but fingers crossed, because if it does come off, it is a big one. A cheeky $50 on it. If I get all 4, it's a nice little $8,000 payout. Can't sneeze at that. Dan Jam, excuse me. Dan Jam asks, All Blacks versus Wallabies tomorrow? Absolutely. All Blacks versus Wallabies. Bledisloe Cup. Here on the Wasted World of Sports. It's happening. Vincent Spears music. You're wearing not just 1, but 2 Sharkies beanies. Well, hopefully that's some sort of good luck. Stay hunky. Ahoy, mate. Rugby Prem starts tonight and tomorrow. Oh, very nice. I'm still getting over a very, very severe bout of food poisoning, so I probably won't do much more than just the game itself tonight. As you can probably tell, I'm even struggling through the pregame. Fingers crossed for the 8K, indeed, James. That'd be lovely. It is the sort of bet, though. Well, geez, if it was a substantial enough cash-out offer, I'd probably have to think about taking it.
5 minutes.
Oh, hello.
5 minutes.
I forgot that I've got a trade open as well. It's a good thing it's got that voice thing to remind me. All right, I'm going to close out this trade before I forget. Goodness me. Because we're in profit there. and we're in profit there. So I'll just go ahead and green up. And that's a nice little profit for the night before the game has even begun. Over there on my sports trading. So I do apologise that if I don't have my usual level of enthusiasm tonight. It's a combination of things. Yes, I got absolutely hammered with food poisoning. I'm at the back end of it now. I'm on the road to recovery, well and truly, and I'll be all good in a couple of days. But also, just the fact that it's the Sharks in a fairly big game. All right. Marley Prime, ahoy there. 4 minutes till kickoff. Gaz Johnson, ahoy mate. Gaz says, ain't even going to try and predict this one. After the Sea Eagles beat the Dogs and Warrington up tonight. Yeah, in fairness, though. Oh, hang on. Sea Eagles and Dogs, which we're talking about the Manly Canterbury game? Or are we talking about AFL Sea Eagles and Dogs? Before I comment. Marley Prime reckons Sharks 13 plus. Well, it is possible. Here's an interesting stat for you. I was talking about how the Sharks have dominated the Cowboys in the regulation rounds. The Cowboys, though, have dominated the Sharks in finals footy in recent times. But whenever the Cowboys have defeated the Sharks, more often than not, it's been a close game. When there's been blowouts between the two teams, it's pretty much exclusively been the Sharks. So, if the Sharks do win, it's more likely to be a 13-plus margin. Heel Fries, ahoy mate! And Jaden Morris, ahoy! Sean Hewitt, ahoy there! Hi from New Zealand, just wondering if you're doing the All Black Australia game tomorrow. Absolutely. And it's nice to hear that there's questions being asked in the chat room about it. That's a couple of times now. Yes, we will be covering the Bledisloe Cup, and it's good to know that the interest is there because I am incredibly excited for it. The interest is well and truly there for me. Here come the Cowboys out onto the field. I told you, this is probably going to be my single worst night of commentary ever. There are a lot of Cowboys supporters there. I can't help but notice. They run out here onto Allianz Stadium. Marley Prime asked what happened to the Cowboys flight. They couldn't get tickets. All the commercial airlines were sold out. So the NRL had to organise a private chartered flight specifically for them. But yeah, they could, because on account of all the fans swooped onto tickets and they sold out of flights out of Townsville. On all the commercial airlines. That's all those people that you see in the stands waving Cowboys flags. They bought up all the seats. All right, let's get ready to go live on the TikTok. Kickoff about to get underway. Spinner Shark, ahoy there. How are we doing? I mean, we are counting down. All right, Alara, time for you to hop down, I'm afraid. Because the countdown for kickoff is on in semi-final number 1. Sharkies versus the Cowboys. Can the Sharks turn the tide of history a history that is negatively against them in finals football. Last week, they started miserably. This week, they kick off, so there'll be no dropping the ball straight from the kickoff tonight. And we are off and running here. Semi-final number 1, the Cowboys with first use of it. Samuel Gardner, ahoy there. Welcome along. So, straight in with the gifts over there on TikTok. How's the audio, Zoe? I got a new microphone, just specifically for TikTok. But obviously, no way to test it. The Cowboys up to halfway, almost, with their first set. Stalemate situation. Good defense from the Sharks, but the Cowboys solid enough, and they complete the kick down to Kennedy. And it's William Kennedy bringing it back for the Sharks, and they'll get to have their first go. Katoa wrapped up and brought down. Oh, all good, Richard Trainer. This is flip of the coin. It really is. The start is so important for the Sharks. DJ Shaq, ahoy, mate. Quick ball here from Brayley to Kennedy. That's where the danger is for the Sharks on attack. Brayley getting quick ball. Trindle gets the kick away. Has Hines touched it yet? I haven't seen him. He seems to be staying out of it. I mean, that's good. I approve of this. Long may it continue. This is good field position, though, for the Cowboys. They're out to the 30, and Holmes breaks away. Still going, Val Holmes brought down. 35 out from their own try line here, the Cowboys on play 3. I wonder if they'll get a 7-tackle set at some point. Up over halfway on the 5th and last. Early advantage. The kick goes high. Kennedy's under it. Holds his ground and takes it well. But the Cowboys are there in a nice straight line to meet him. Two and a half minutes gone. Both sides just feeling each other out here in these early stages. Brayley goes from dummy half. Links up there with Nikra. Looking for quick play, the ball. Scrappy it was. Trindle gets the kick away from just outside the 40. The Cowboys are definitely winning the early, very early territorial battle. But that's big defense there from Wilton and Toby Rudolph. There to meet Felton, drive him backwards. Just try and stifle some of this Cowboys go forward. Oh, Taulongi, he's got the 4X stacks on. Now some space opens up. A couple of passes out from the ruck, and it's Jake Clifford. They're over halfway here, the Cowboys. Didn't. Inside ball for Lukey, 5th and last. They're just going 3 or 4 meters further upfield. Every set of 6 here, the Cowboys. Now this is a good kick. Pressure on Kennedy. The Sharks let it bounce. It could go anywhere. It's back for Dearden now. Dearden caught in midfield. Tries to get the arms free, but can't. A desperation tackle from Teague Wilton. Oh, 3 Sharks just all stood there. Completely baffled as to what to do here. Nico Hines now is crushed from dummy half. Didn't know where to pass it to. And that is not a good sign early for the Sharks. Nico Hines looking completely clueless with the ball in hand. And gets dumped in the tackle. We know that he's already down on confidence. And the start to this game will not be helping. Down the short side, but cutting back in field is Nikra to McInnes, who's got Rudolph running with him. It's tackle 4. Trindle decides to kick early because they're going nowhere here. It's a good kick from inside the 40. Almost pulls off a 40-20, but the Cowboys are back there. And that was a smart kick from Braden Trindle. They are on the back foot here. Something fierce, the Sharkies. He needed to try and turn it around. A 40-20 would have been the perfect way to turn that around. Breeze going directly across the field. Oh, they've spilt it here. The Cowboys. Viliami Vilay with the first mistake of the game. 5 minutes in. Come back to the early kick. The almost 40-20 from Braden Trindle. The Sharks were going absolutely nowhere in that set of 6. Trindle puts the kick in, turns the Cowboys around. And now the mistake is made. A mistake that may still have been made without Trindle's early kick, but it's a mistake that would have been made in a much different field position. Now it's actually a threat for the Cowboys as the Sharks take the scrum on the short side to Hines. Hines is rocked backwards in the tackle again and very tentative into contact he was. Wilton tries to step his way through. 30 out from the line now. Sharks, McInnes onto Kafusi. Play 3. Down the short side they go. Brayley to Kennedy. Pops it up for Nikro, who bobbles the ball. Manages to hold on. Tackle 4. McInnes at first receiver. Now to Hines, who dummies. Goes on his own. Into contact. Still looking a little clueless. But good to see him running the ball. 5th and last. Trindle. Cut out pass for Ero. Throws a loose one out the back and it's swept on by the Cowboys. Clifford almost gets away. Risky. No look offload from Ero. And the Sharks have paid the price there. 5th tackle options again. Null and void. It's been an issue all year. In that situation, you're probably better off just going to ground and accepting your fate. Taking the tackle rather than throwing a loose pass 10 metres behind the ruck. And the opposition swoops on it and gets immediate front foot ball. 5th and last now. They're right back to the Sharks' 40-metre line. They should have been pinned down on their own goal line. Kennedy runs forward and takes it well in the air. Diffuses the high ball. That was much better from Will Kennedy. Not 3 Sharks players standing around looking at each other. But Kennedy attacked the ball, leapt through the air. And he gets a nice little pat on the bum there from Cletus Cotter. Hines infield to Katoa. Beats 1, beats 2 Katoa. But he's running cross field is the problem. And he's lost it. That's Jesse Ramien. Sorry. Jesse Ramien now loses it in the play the ball. And the Sharks have made a mistake now to gift the ball back to the Cowboys. Early-ish in the tackle count. And here they come, the North Queensland Cowboys. 8 minutes gone. The Cowboys, they survived their mistake up the other end. The Sharks really didn't offer anything on attack. What can the Cowboys come up with here? Scrum down. 30 out from the line in midfield. And it's Lukey with the first hit up. Cletus in at first receiver to Talmalolo. He's met well by the defense and driven back in a 3-man Sharks tackle. 20 out from the line, still midfield. Robson to Dearden, out the back to Drinkwater. Holmes now puts the step on. Val Holmes. He goes straight through and he's brought down by Nico Hines. 5 out from the line. What a great little dart there from Val. Dearden now to Talmalolo in midfield. They're all over him, but he offloads. Numbers to the right here. Clifford loses it. Oh, what a huge let-off that is. But the defense of the Sharks, Nico Hines in particular, the cover defense on Val Holmes. He managed to jink his way through there, Val. Nico with a great try-saving effort. What a let-off this is for the Sharkies. A huge sigh of relief as Jake Clifford spills the ball. Dropped it cold. Scrum down Sharks in this game that started so well for both sides. The errors creeping in. after the initial intensity of that opening 6 or 7 minutes. Big hit there on Rudolph. He's rocked in the tackle. Down the short side, this near side of the field. The Sharks through Wilton. Need to find some space. The Cowboys' defense is just too good around the ruck at the moment. They've got to try something a little different. A couple of passes out rather than just one. And that's what they do now. And space has been created. But Taulungi races up on Jesse Ramien and brings him down. And now, Jesse Ramien staying down for a Milky Magoo. Just get up and play the ball, mate. Just get up and play the ball. Let the match review committee do its thing. I mean, for what it's worth. Match review committee's probably not worth too much at the moment, with the season being over for the loser and all. Fifth and last, the Sharks still in their own half. Trindle kicks it out to Felt. Felt will take it on the full. It's a nice chase, but the Cowboys start this set 25 out from their own try line. They are definitely winning the early territory battle. 0-0 it remains, though. 10.5 minutes gone. It's got the makings of a close one. Well and truly. Cletus Cotter dumped on his back. But they're up over halfway again, the Cowboys. Fifth and last, only just on this occasion, but still definitely making more meters than the Sharks. Clifford kicks crossfield. Kennedy takes it on the full. Brings it back outside the 20 where he's met by Tom Dearden. Hines in a dummy half to Ramien. Ramien takes the hit up. Here's Trindle. Out a little bit wider this time, which is what I suggested. Now Brayley goes quick to Kennedy up the middle. It shuts down on him. Half a gap almost opened up. Looks for a quick play the ball. Can't get it. McInnes bumps off one. 40 out from the Cowboys line. That was a much better set from the Sharks. Trindle puts it high. Pressure on Felt. The chasers are coming through. Kyle Felt did his best to cock it up, but he's done well to take it in the end. And this is much better from the Sharks as the Cowboys start this set now inside their own 10-meter line for the first time tonight. That was all just so much better from the Sharks. The set of 6 on attack, the kick, the chase, everything was just so much better on that occasion. And an early kick now for Drinkwater, catching them napping a little bit. Kennedy lets it bounce. It bounces over his head and now bounces away from him. Kennedy made that a lot more awkward than it needed to be. And that's just the difference between the two sides at the moment. Like, the Sharks have only done that the one time. Once has Trindle kicked early in the tackle count to try and turn the Cowboys around. And it nearly paid dividends with him. He nearly pulled off a 40-20. Now Trindle shows and goes and almost straight through. The Cowboys start a set for the very first time inside their own 10. Drinkwater kicks early, nearly gets a result. That's how it's done. Fifth and last. Sharks are going to have a run here. Ero steps back in field. Does he know it's the fifth and last? Pops it back for Trindle, for Wilton, for Hines, who spills it out the back for Wilton. Kennedy's got it now. Back for Trindle. Trindle, grubber kicks through for himself. He's been taken out, and this will be a penalty, perhaps even a penalty try. We will be looking at penalty try here. I think that there were enough Cowboys defenders around to negate any thought of a penalty try, but we could be looking professional foul here. We could be looking 10 in the bin. We're definitely going to see a penalty to the Sharks. Trindle saw the line wide open, kicks through for himself, and he's taken out. And I tell you what, there is no Scotty Drinkwater at the back for the Cowboys. Nobody back there. This could very well be in the area of penalty try. Penalty try for the Sharks. Wow, who had that as the opening point scoring moment? Braden Trindle with the penalty try. The Cowboys had nobody at the back. Great heads-up play from Trindle. And I tell you what, it was a little more ass than class because the Sharks, what on earth were they doing here? Putting the ball through that many sets of hands on the fifth and last. They don't seem to understand. It's the fifth and last. Get a kick away. Now, they got there eventually. And with a little bit of luck, all those sets of hands and all that defense created the space at the back for the kick. "14 minutes gone, it's 4-0, and not even Nico Hines on his worst day could possibly miss this from right in front. Conversion successful. And the Sharks lead 6-0. A penalty try for Braden Trindle. Oh. What a start to this game. An important start for the Sharks. As the Cowboys get us back underway. Trindle, the try scorer, he takes it, gives it off to Toby Rudolph. They need to back this up with a huge set. The Sharks. Hero backs into the defenders. Takes it up to the 30. Kafusi bumps off one. Offloads. Back to Brayley. Brayley to McInnes in midfield, who shuffles it on to Rudolph. Rudolph stands in the tackle. That's play 3. 40 out from their own line. Brayley finds space around the ruck, and he's up over halfway. Just the set that they needed. Nikora to Ramien. Ramien cuts back inside. Taulungi, who raced up out of the line, but Val Holmes wraps him up. Fifth and last for the Sharks now, to Hines for the kick. Hines, he's put this one down to Felt. Flying through is Mulatalo, who taps it back for Trindle. Pops it up now for Cam McInnes, and Cam McInnes gets the go-go gadget arms out and plants the ball down under the post, and the Sharks have gone back-to-back. A penalty try. Kickoff receipt. Gone the length of the field. And they've scored again under the post. Oh, look out. Look out. We were talking about it in the pregame. When the Sharks win, they win big against the Cowboys. The Cowboys win the close ones. They've gone back-to-back here, the Cronulla Sharks. Braden Trindle again. Well, I mean, first and foremost, it was Mulatalo flying through the air to tap that ball back. And then Trindle keeping it alive with the flick pass. McInnes with the stretch Armstrong. Mulatalo has just destroyed Kyle Felt in the air there. Hines again from right in front, no mistake. And it's the Sharks up 12-0. A dream start. How are we doing over there, TikTok? We're slowly but surely getting there with the TikTok streams. Unfortunately, we're not approved for proper live streaming. And what I mean by proper live streaming is actually using the TikTok studio platform so that I can stream what you guys see on YouTube, how it's all nice and crisp and clear. I can't do that on TikTok yet. So I just have to point the phone at the screen. But I have upgraded. I've got a microphone dedicated for TikTok. So at least the audio should be somewhat improved. GZ, ahoy there. On the captains tonight, mate. The Captain Morgans. Alright, so the Sharks have gone back to back. They're now up to halfway again already on play 4. Spreading it wide to the left, but Kyle Felt jams in and puts Hero down. Very importantly. Because otherwise, Mulatalo was away. 5th and last, and it's a good kick. Drinkwater takes it on the full inside the 10. And he's met on the 10-metre line. Crucial tackle, that one from Felt, because if he does miss that tackle, Mulatalo is away down the sideline and they're in again. 22 and a half gone, 12-0. Sharks. Big defense now. They have definitely got the momentum going all their way. Here's Cotter up to the 40. Their own side of halfway. Cowboys, 5th and last. Clifford gets a big kick away. It'll be taken on the full, though, by Mulatalo. And Mulatalo will bring it back outside the 30. He runs over the top of Dearden. And he's wrapped up by Robson. And now taken around the head by Cletus. Dirty play there from the Cows. Katoa plays the ball to nobody. Kennedy races in and saves the day. Saves a lot of embarrassment for the Sharks there, who are back in Cowboys territory now on play 3. Rudolph straight up the middle. Stands in the tackle. He'll look for a quick play the ball. Does. Brayley comes back to this near side. Trindle inside to Wilton. Wilton beats Taumalolo, but he's then wrapped up. 5th and last. 30 out, staying on this near edge. Trindle dinks it in over the top. Uncontestable, but Felt will take it and just pinning them down inside their own 10. Very, very good kicking here from Trindle. Good game awareness, good game control. Just putting it into the corners. That's all they need to do. Quick play the ball now and a kick on tackle 4 from Clifford. Is anyone back there? Yes. Kennedy's back there. It's a great kick from Clifford, though. Kennedy retreats all the way inside his 10. And Clifford's there leading the chase. Robson looks for the one-on-one steal. Can't get it. Well done from Kennedy to hold on, but the Cowboys have been successful in their attempt there to turn the Sharks around. Katoa offloads to Trindle. Trindle gets it out to the 20. Mulatalo to Ero. Cuts back in field. Play 3. Huge run here from Toby Rudolph. Outside the 40 now on play 4. Hines onto McInnes. 5th and last. Just inside Cowboys territory. To Hines for the kick. Drinkwater's there. Under it. Takes it and offloads. A nice offload for Taulagi, who now beats one. Gets the offload away for Drinkwater. Was Drinkwater tackled early? No, says Ashley Klein. Forward pass there from dummy half to Kyle Felt. They get away with it. The Sharks nearly undid so much hard work there with that kick return. As the Cowboys now up over halfway, getting some good go forward again. Sam McIntyre, who's on the field. Drinkwater to Cletus. 5th and last. They're 30 out from the Sharks line. Drinkwater puts it up. Pressure on Kennedy. Wow, no. The chase wasn't all that good in the end. And Kennedy takes it under no pressure. But they are pinned inside their own 10-metre line. And now Katoa driven backwards by Taumalolo. Risky offload for Trindle, who does well to hold on. Mulatalo takes it out to the 10, but that is tackle 3. Wilton on the 4th. Gets it to the 20-metre line. Trindle with the kick. It's a nice kick. It sits up for Drinkwater at the back, but the Sharks, they'll find themselves under the pump here in this set. Tackle 1 on halfway for Scott Drinkwater. That was a big set of 6 defensively from the Cowboys. They had enough. We're sick of being bullied, they said. Time for us to get some go forward, and they did exactly that. Taulagi has had a lot of involvements. Clifford now at the back to Drinkwater. Throws a loose pass that sits up for Valea. Dummies the big Harbour Bridge ball over the top and goes to ground on play 5. 20 metres out. Clifford puts it up. Contestable kick. Mulatalo comes forward, but the Cowboys have it. And Nanai will go to ground. 5 out from the line. Handover. Sharks ball, but still under the pump. All the momentum has gone back to the Cowboys, but the Sharks' defense is holding firm for now. 23 minutes gone. Here's Hazelton. Dizzy Hazelton. Hines out to Katoa. Katoa gets on the outside of Holmes. Offloads back for Hines. Hines now to Ramien. And Ramien is brought down by Cletus. 30 out from their own line here, the Sharks. Ramien wants a penalty. Ashley Klein says he's not interested. Hines runs it to the line, out the back to Trindle. Cut out pass to Mulatalo in acres of space. Support everywhere on the inside. He links up with Wilton, who spills it forward. Teague Wilton's lost it forward. It was touched by a Cowboy. And that deflection from the Cowboys was enough to force the error from Teague Wilton and save the day. Oh, they were in again for all money there, the Sharks. 1, 2, 3 Sharks supporters that could have gone to. And it is it Jake Clifford? Jake Clifford take a bow. He dives through the air like Superman to get a hand on it and tap it down. Just deflected enough to make it an awkward take for Teague Wilton, who dropped it cold. Scrum down Cowboys. 10 out from their own line. They could easily have been looking at a further deficit there. Big defense now from Williams, who's on. Williams would have come on for Nikora, I'm guessing. Or Kafusi, probably, actually. The James says Sharkies chick supporters are the hottest in the comp. Dearden goes on a run, up over halfway. And he's brought down on the 5th and last. Cowboys back in Sharks territory. Clifford puts it high for Kennedy. Plants himself under it, takes it well. There was no kick chase to speak of for Will Kennedy. He took it under no pressure at all. Oh, Mulatalo's hurt here. Mulatalo's hurt his knee. Ronaldo Mulatalo is in a world of hurt, and everybody's multi is about to be shot to oblivion. Mulatalo, as soon as he went to ground, he clutched at that knee. Has he been the victim of a crusher here from Cletus? Oh, Cletus has dived in there, third man in, and gone straight around the back of the legs of Mulatalo. Now, I do honestly think he's playing for the penalty here. I'm sure he'll be okay. Is he going to get a penalty for it, though? No, the referee, Ashley Klein, he has put the whistle away tonight. And Mulatalo is up and about. He was indeed hamming it up a little bit to try and get a penalty. Let's see if I can see who we got on TikTok there. We've got Sarah McCarthy. Gonna lose. Boo the cows. And we've got Sop87 says, let's go. Scott Drinkwater on the kick return. Gets away from one. Brings it out to the 20. Their own side of halfway here, the Cowboys. Valea running crossfield. He is lined up by Nikra and Dizzy Hazleton. On play 2. Lots of sideways runs there for the Cowboys. And it's Tal Lungi now who says, enough of this bollocks. We need to straighten things up here. Peter Griffin Neem only knows one way. Now they're up over the halfway line. The Cowboys, they're trailing 12 points to 0, but I can tell you, they are definitely getting more go forward than the Sharks. Apart from those back-to-back tries from the Sharks, that little period of domination, 1, 2, 3 sets of 6 in a row, where they kind of kept going the length of the field, it's been the Cowboys winning the territory battle. Now Ero puts the step on, cuts back in field, and it's a penalty to the Cowboys. Ashley Klein has said penalty against the attacking team. An obstruction play. And it is Dizzy Hazleton. Dizzy Hazleton standing in the way. And I'm afraid it's a harsh call, but he did leave referee Klein zero choice there. So a full set of 6. This is the opportunity for the Cowboys. 28 minutes gone. 20 metres out from the Sharks try line. A full set of 6. This is their opportunity. The best one yet. To hit back. Get themselves back into this game. Oh, and they've spilt the ball on play 2. Well, wouldn't you know? Their best opportunity all half so far to hit back and get back into the contest, and they have dropped it cold on play 2. The Sharks are off the hook big time there. Dearden runs it to the line. Dummies inside, dummies outside, and then drops it cold. And when Tom Dearden starts making mistakes, the Cowboys might be in just a little bit of trouble. Because Tom Dearden has been on absolute fire, especially since Origin period. And so the Cowboys have been as well. If Dearden goes off the boil, that could signal the end of the Cowboys. Anyway, plenty of time left. 10 minutes left in this first half, and the Cowboys have come away with it. Well, what's happened here? The Sharks have spilt it on play 1. And McIntyre swings away from the first tackle. Well, they've got numbers to burn out to the left here. They come right. Neem goes on his own. They're a metre out from the try line here, the Cowboys. Robson fires it across to Dearden in midfield. Drinkwater loops around the back and throws the pass to nobody. And Taulongi knocks it on. And now throws it out the back and Drinkwater loses it. Well, it's a double knock on. This has been an unbelievably horrible passage of play. The Cowboys lose it on play 2. The Sharks lose it on play 1. And now the Cowboys have lost it on play 2 again. TikTok, how are we doing? Logan, the Aussie. Leo, ahoy there. I'm going for the Sharks, Leo. I'm trying my very best to be impartial in my calling of the game. By the way, we are live on YouTube. Wasted World of Sports on YouTube. Do feel free, TikTokers, whilst we're still trying to get TikTok to recognize us and give us access to the proper TikTok live studio. So for now, I'm just pointing my phone at the screen. But do feel free, if you're enjoying the Wasted World of Sports, to check out the proper feed on YouTube. Anyway, Sharks back in possession. Can somebody just complete a set of 6? And it looks like it might be the Sharks here. Brayley to Kennedy. Kennedy dummies. And he takes tackle 5. 30 out from the Cowboys line. Trindle puts the kick up. And it's a completed set at last. Tap back from the Sharks. Ramien's got it. It's still 5th and last. Ramien pops it out for Trindle. And Trindle goes down the short side. Dives over in the corner to score. A try out of absolutely nowhere. The importance of completing sets is what I was about to talk about. How crucial it is to complete your sets of 6. The Cowboys, they have dropped the ball on tackle 2. 2 sets of 6 in a row. The Sharks have now completed their set of 6, gone the length of the field, and Braden Trindle gets a double. Sammy Edwin says, "Go Sharks." Marley Prime says, "Sharks, hot form now." As the chat room comes to life with Shark supporters. Braden Trindle gets a double. And the Sharks are leading 16 points to 0. The kick to come from out wide. Wangu Bunda, ahoy mate. Didn't expect the Sharks to be up like this. Braden Trindle's having an absolute blinder of a match. There's 7.5 minutes to go till halftime. Hines from the sideline hooks it back, and it's down the middle. And Nico Hines with the sideline conversion. The Sharks lead 18 points to 0. What a half of footy it's been for the Cronulla Sharks. CJ Dunn, ahoy mate. CJ says, let's go the cow. Oh, never mind. $18 points to 0. Halftime approaches. Well, there's still time for more points. Trindle with a double. You know what? I say this all the time, I know, but I very, very nearly put Trindle in my multi. ET's on the sideline. Andrew Eddinghausen. What a legend. Sharks now out to their own 40-metre line. On play 4, Brayley goes from dummy half again. He's looking good tonight, Brayley. 5th and last on halfway. Trindle with the kick. It's another good one. Contestable. Pressure at the back on the Cowboys and Drinkwater. He takes it and he's met by Katoa and Britton Nikora. The Cowboys inside their own 20 as they start this set. Sammy Edwin says it's Sharkies night, mate. Marley Prime says Sharks 52, Cowboys 0. Geez. Let's not get carried away, all right? It's only 3 converted tries. 3 converted tries can go like that. Especially still with 46 minutes left in the match. 5th and last here for the Cowboys, though. The pass has gone to McIntyre on the 5th and last, and it's the shonkiest kick you'll ever see in your life. It sets up for Trindle, who puts Kennedy into a little bit of space, and Mulatalo now returns it to the 40. And it's all gone a little pear-shaped for the Cowboys. An interchange forward received the ball on 5th and last to put the clearing kick in. And that sums up the Cowboys' night so far, really. Hines now goes on a run, starting to get a little bit of confidence. But the Cowboys have successfully played Nico into form. That's incredible. 5th and last now, Trindle runs, throws a forward pass to Nikora, who offloads to nobody. And the Cowboys dive on the loose ball. 10 out from their own line. A little bit scrappy there from the Sharks. Now remember, the reward for winning this match is a preliminary final against the Panthers next week. Boy, oh boy. What a reward. Fifth and last now for the Cowboys on halfway. Clifford puts the kick up. Kennedy gets himself under it, takes it on the full. Runs it back to the 20. Straightens. Beats McIntyre. Comes back at him and puts him down. 25 out from their own line here, the Sharks, to start this set. Wilton with some good go forward. Four minutes remain in the first half. Hazelton up over halfway. Tackle for Hines in midfield. Runs it to the line. Out the back to Trindle. Inside ball from Ramien. Ramien's caught. 35 out. Tackle 5. Staying on the short side for Trindle. Puts it high. Hines is chasing through. Puts pressure on Drinkwater, who lets it bounce. It sets up for Felt into the in-goal. And Hines is there to greet him and put him down for a goal line dropout. The Cowboys are looking very gassed and deflated. Half-time cannot come soon enough for them. Give me $5, Ahoy, mate. How are you? Cowboys go short with the dropout, and Mulatalo flies through the air and takes it. The Sharks will have a full set of 6 now. 10 out from the Cowboys line. Hines in midfield to Hazelton. Hazelton just rumbles it up. Tackle 2, still 10 out. Hines getting more heavily involved now as he grows in. You can just see, you can just see the his body language is just a lot more positive. It's good to see. Ramien dances around Luai style in midfield. Stands and gets a quick play the ball away. Brayley to Trindle. Eero pops it up for Mulatalo. And Mulatalo, don't layer it up, mate. Just put the ball down. Put the ball down first, at least. Oh, jeez. Mulatalo scores. They created the overlap on this near side. Brayley dummied to go the opposite edge. And he comes back to this near edge. And the space was created for Mulatalo. The decoy of Wilton. And the Cowboys wingers caught jamming in again. Mulatalo scores. That's a tick off our multi. The first one. Mulatalo scores. Night Eagle, ahoy there. Trying to understand what all these things mean on TikTok. No idea. Somebody's going to have to explain TikTok to me one of these days. When the TikTok has enough followers that we actually get the proper live stream in studio, maybe then I'll have a sit down with somebody and they can teach me the ways of the TikTok. Hines with the conversion attempt. Hangs it out to the right, but it's hooking back. Oh, Hines has got the magic boots on tonight. It's another successful conversion. And the Sharks lead 24-0. Who else is in my multi? Okay, well, Teague Wilton for the Sharks. Nanai and Robson for the Cowboys. Marley Prime says, are you surprised by the score, Dan? I am, actually. Very much so. Yeah. Although we did say in the pregame that based on recent match history, when the Sharks win against the Cowboys, they have a tendency to win big. So maybe it shouldn't be all that surprising. As the Sharks not trying anything too fancy here. They're happy to just see it into halftime. 24 points to nil. A quality first half. But Cameron McInnes is probably right now saying what I'm thinking. The job's not done yet, boys. The job's only half done. We've got to keep the momentum up. 3 tries, 4 tries. It can disappear very, very quickly. Especially in the 6 again era. The 6 again era where teams are more than capable of going back to back. But still, take nothing away from that first half performance of the Sharks. It's been incredible. $24 points to nil at the break. The Sharks leading the Cowboys in semi-final number 1. XJC, ahoy mate. Yes. Sharkies fans are happy. We will drink to that first half, but lots more work to do, and I hope that Fitzy is saying just that. You've got to appreciate the moment, you've got to enjoy the moments, and certainly be very, very pleased, very, very proud of them. But there's 40 minutes of work left to be done. No time for dropping off. Got to keep that momentum going into the second half. All right, wasted world of sports, half-time here. 24 points to nil. The Sharks have got the lead. I'm going to have a quick break. And we'll be back right after this. First try was Braden Trindle, who got a penalty try. Funnily enough, penalty try for the Sharks awarded to Braden Trindle, who was taken out off the ball. Boy, $750 for 1,250 payout on the Sharks. Nice. Very, very good. Matty, over there on TikTok, thank you very much for liking the live. Very much appreciate that. All right, I'm going to have myself a very quick break. And we'll be back for the second, well, to recap the first half and the second half. Coming up right after this on the Wasted World of Sports.
Welcome to the Wasted World of Sports, where the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play, but it's the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 hey. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted World of Sports, we're having a good time. They're all well and good, but we're here for the jokes and 10 pants last from the kickoff to the final whistle blow. We'll take the 2 and we're ready to go. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted World of Sports, we're having a good time. We break down the plays, but it's all in jest. With the laugh and the cheer, we bring out our best. No serious analysis, no expert critiques, just a bunch of mates sharing plenty of drinks. We'll wave the road, from sideline jokes to post-match tales. All big goofs and their big fails. We're not so serious, and that's our style. some beer. Yeah.
All right, Wasted World of Sports, welcome back. Halftime here, 24 points to nil. The Sharks have put on a dominant first half display. The Cowboys, though, they were not without their chances. They just couldn't hold on to the ball down in the red zone, basically is what happened. They had an opportunity. The Cowboys trailing 12 points to nil. Down the other end of the field, the Sharks gave them a scrum opportunity. What was it? It was about 20 metres out from the line. Inside the Sharks' red zone, full set of 6. Tom Dearden drops the ball on play 2. You couldn't believe what you were seeing. Tom Dearden. And then the Sharks, from the very following scrum, spill the ball on play 1. Cowboys given another opportunity. They're 10 metres out from the line, a full set of 6. They'd made the mistake. They've been given a let-off. What happened? Wouldn't you know it? They dropped the ball on tackle 2. I'm not even kidding. You couldn't even make this stuff up. They dropped the ball cold on play 2 again and handed it back to the Sharks. From that following set of 6, the Sharks went up the other end of the field. Length of the field on their set of 6 completed and scored a try in the corner to extend their lead to 18 points to nil. And from there on in, it was pretty much just all Sharks. How different this game could have looked if the Cowboys were able to take one of those opportunities. But to drop the ball on tackle 2 in back-to-back sets is completely unforgivable. And it's no surprise that with mistakes like that they find themselves trailing 24-0 at the halftime break, even though the errors have been very even. 5 errors to 4. Errors have been very even. What the difference has been, the Cowboys' errors have been crucial parts of the field at crucial times. The Sharks' errors, some of them have been a little bit, who cares? It hasn't really given away too much. Anyways, what do we got going on over here? The TikTok chat room. No comment says, not even funny, Cowboys, WTAFC. 4 straight wins and we fold like this. Ella says, I'm all ready to cry because no Val Holmes or Kyle Felt. And Zane says, Cowboys are going to come back. Give me $5, says my brother is a Cowboys supporter. Since in the NRL, since he's a Cowboys supporter in the NFL. Makes sense. So he's not liking the scoreline. Makes sense. Total sense on both accounts. So it's just been opportunities. The Sharks, for once, are actually taking their opportunities when they're on offer. Even sometimes when they've not really been on offer. I mean, the try from McInnes, where they were running it on the 5th and last. The Sharks notorious for making the wrong choice on 5th and last, getting caught with the ball, not getting a kick away. Well, it looked for all money like it was going to happen again, and they were just going to get sacked on the 5th and last. But no, they did manage to eventually get there in the end. Oh no, that person was just suggesting no try. They've obviously got Kyle Felt and Val Holmes in their multi. That's how I've interpreted it. Anyway. Yeah. Something like that. So for the Sharks, it's quite simple. Halftime talk will be very positive from Fitzy, but also he's got to keep them focused. 4 converted tries is not a lot in rugby league, especially in the modern 6 again era. So they need to stay focused and just keep doing what they're doing. Get to their end of sets, get a kick away. And the Cowboys are the team that are going to have to play more footy. And that does actually make them dangerous. Which means our multi is not actually over. Our multi's not done. Well, the Teague Wilton one might be. I don't know how I feel about that. I thought we were on, actually, the Sharks' second try. The fifth tackle where they decided to run it rather than put a kick in straight away. And it went through about 6 or 7 different sets of hands. And it looked like they were going to get caught and tackled. And it was going to be a handover for all money. It looked like it. Eventually, they got the kick away. And when Trindle put the flick pass out, there were 2 players there. Cameron McInnes was the one who ended up taking it and reaching out and scoring under the post. But who was the other man standing right beside him that could just as easily have been the try scorer? Teague Wilton. And Teague Wilton was the one who Mulatalo was put into space by Trindle again. Trindle with another line break assist, putting Mulatalo into a huge amount of space down the left-hand edge. 3 targets to hit on the inside for Mulatalo. He could have gone to any of them. He went to Wilton, but it was Jake Clifford diving back. Desperation dive back and tapping the ball down. That was Wilton as well. So a couple of try-scoring opportunities already for Teague Wilton, which does sort of suggest to me. It does sort of suggest to me that perhaps that's his try-scoring opportunities gone. Like, your number 12s only ever get so many opportunities to score those points. I feel like it might be gone. I think the other ones are still on, though. Nanai and Robson, the Cowboys will come out a different team in the second half. I mean, be assured of that. I'm not suggesting that they will necessarily come out firing. I'm not guaranteeing any sort of comeback. But I'm just saying it's still a possibility. The Cowboys are a team more than capable of scoring a couple of tries in the second half. Pamela Taboro, ahoy there, who scored first try. Braden Trindle via a penalty try. Braden Trindle's actually got a double tonight. Having one of the best games of his career, to be honest, is Braden Trindle. And the Sharks, for large portions of this first half, probably one of their best halves of the year as well, all round. As the teams will be coming out onto the field for the second half. Here on the Wasted World of Sports, we have coming up tomorrow, of course, the Bledisloe Cup, All Blacks versus the Wallabies. Bledisloe Cup / Rugby Championship. I'm very much looking forward to that one. And then, of course, tomorrow night, the second semi-final as Manly take on the Roosters. Should be an absolute blockbuster of a match. I mean, it should be a classic. I'm looking forward to seeing Luke Brooks. Luke Brooks in his first ever semi-final. But before that, we have got 40 minutes more action in semi-final number 1, Sharks 24, Cowboys 0. Second half about to get underway as Val Holmes gets us off and running for the second 40. Sharks in possession. Williams with the first hit up. If the Cowboys are to get back into this contest, they need to assert some dominance early, and tackles like that set the tone. Jeremiah Nanai, but now space for Brayley around marker. He runs into 2 of the biggest guys on the field, though. That wasn't smart. Here's McInnes to Hazelton. Hazelton brought down. Tackle 4 for the Sharks now, up outside their own 30. Hines needs to come up with a big kick here. And it's straight down the... Not a lot of height, and straight down the throat of Kyle Feldt. But there's a nice wall of Sharks defenders there in a kick chase to greet him. So if you're going to put in a fairly average kick like that, it's good to have a good solid line chasing up. Wangu Bunda says, imagine he leaves the Tigers and first year at Manly he wins a premiership. It would be kind of poetic. But then also, so the Cowboys now have space down the right. Valea can't get the ball free for Kyle Feldt, though. Catch you later. Give me $5. Enjoy your night, mate. Or day. Whatever the case may be. Fifth and last for the Cowboys. Here's Dearden. Cut out pass to Holmes. Holmes puts the step on. Beats one. Beats Kennedy. And Valentine Holmes with the perfect start to the second half for the Cowboys. Here they come. Val Holmes puts the step on. 2 minutes into the second half and the Cowboys strike. They obviously got a huge rev up at the break. Holmes, he steps through Ramien. Makes light work of Will Kennedy at the back. And it is a dream start to this second half for the Cowboys, and here they come. Like I said, this one's not over yet. This is far from over. The footwork there from Holmes, and what was Nico Hines doing? Laziness there. He backed off, did Nico. Nico saw Will Kennedy coming across in cover defense and decided he wouldn't even make an attempt at Val. Will's got him. I'll back off. I won't try and help. Yeah, that was really lazy there from Nico defensively. Val from just to the left of the upright to convert his own try. And 3 minutes into the second half, it is 24 points to 6. Here come the Cowboys. The perfect start to the second half for them. The worst possible start for the Sharks. It'd be so interesting to know what those halftime chats were, because one has clearly worked, the other has fallen on deaf ears. Sharks with the restart. Clifford's under it. And Neem winds up. Peter Griffin Neem from the back fence. Flat pass there from dummy half. The Cowboys bring it outside the 20. Now McIntyre in midfield. Brought down by Hines and Nikita. 30 out from their own line. And some good go forward here from the Cowboys. But the Sharks defense up to it at the moment. Fifth and last. Edwards will play the ball on halfway. Here's Drinkwater. Off that left boot, straight down the middle. Kennedy takes it on the full. Doesn't make a lot of meters on the kick return, but most importantly, they're in possession of the ball. CJ14, cheers for liking the live there. I'll drink to that. Here's Williams for the Sharks. On tackle 4. 40 metres out from their own line. Hazelton caught a little high there. Around the shoulders. Fifth and last on halfway. Trindle kicks for the corner. Tries to turn them around. It's a good kick. Feldt backing up to take it. He does take it on the full Feldt, but he's met 15 out from his own try line. And the end of sets are so much better for the Sharks when Tricky Trindle puts the kick in. That's for sure. Slow play the ball here for the Cowboys. Oh, and slightly high contact from McInnes. Referee Ashley Klein has pretty much put the whistle away today. Very few penalties. McIntyre bumps off Brayley. He's brought down by Hazelton. Fifth and last Cowboys on halfway. Drinkwater kicks high. Kennedy's under it. Flying through is Val Holmes. Holmes lines up Kennedy. But Will Kennedy does well to stand his ground there. And the Sharks have possession. Mulatalo shuffles it along to Ero. And Ero will play it. 30 out from the Sharks' own line. This is very much how the first half started. Defensively, Sharks finding it hard to make meters. Now Hines with the wraparound play. Sends Katoa in space. Support in field, but he goes on his own. Sione Katoa. Drinkwater makes the one-on-one tackle. Fifth and last. Hines, 10 out from the Cowboys line. Numbers to burn to the left if they can get it there. Ero slips, gets up, goes again, but he's had the ball wrapped up. And that'll be a handover. A metre short of the try line. Oh, they've got 6 again! On tackle 5, the Cowboys have given away a set restart. Oh, that is a coach killer right there. Fifth and last, and you're inside your own 10, and you give away a set restart. An absolute coach killer of a moment. The Sharkies now, a full set of 6. Trindle with the crash ball to Teague Welton. Thought he was over again. I thought our multi was on. Brayley, dummies to Hazelton. Goes to Hines. Hines, nowhere to go. Just sets up the next play. Fifth and last. Where's Trindle for the kick? They're 5 out here, the Sharks. Trindle's on the left. Grubber's in behind the line. Felt will put boot to ball over the dead ball line for a goal line restart. Oh, the Cowboys, what were they doing there? Fifth and last, they had made the tackle. It would have been a handover. Cowboys, they go deep with this one, surely. No, they go short and flat. And now Mulatalo's in space from the kickoff, from the goal line restart. Finds Kennedy. Kennedy's running backwards. He's got nobody to link up with. And after all that, the Sharks end up still 10 metres out from the line. Brayley in midfield to Williams, who straightens. That's better. Frantic stuff there from Mulatalo and Kennedy. Hines to Hazelton, running the inside line back toward the posts. On tackle 4. Tackle 3, sorry. Here's Hines now at the back to Trindle. Holds the pass up for Ero. Almost goes through. Great legs tackle by Felt. Felt's all over the ruck here. Lucky to not give away another set restart. Hines now 2. Royce Hunt. Fifth and last. Stands in the tackle. Hines runs it to the line, gives to Kennedy, to Ramien, taps on to Katoa. Sione Katoa steps back in field, fights his way over the line, gets it to ground, and Sione Katoa scores for the Sharks. He fights his way through 3 Cowboys defenders, finally gets it on the turf, and the Sharks lead 28 points to 6 with the kick to come. Sione Katoa joins the try-scoring party. Nico Hines there runs it to the line, sets up the shape for Will Kennedy to Ramien, the tap on. Ramien to Katoa, and he had a lot of work to do there. Sione Katoa steps back inside Dearden holds on. Drinkwater gets there. Taulungi gets there. Neem gets there. He still fights his way to get it to the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4 Cowboys defenders. And he loves it to Sione Katoa. And why wouldn't you? Jimmy, thank you very much for liking the live over there on TikTok. And CJ14 there still tapping that like button or whatever it is over there on TikTok. Cheers there. Oh, wait a minute. No, this can't be happening. Ashley Klein has had word from the bunker, and the bunker's going to have a look here. The bunker's having a look. On-field, the on-field call is a try. We're looking at a potential knock-on, and Sione Katoa's lost it. Sione Katoa's lost it. And it's going to be a no try. Sione Katoa has dropped it into the leg of the Cowboys defender. So that try gets scrubbed off, and it remains 24 points to 6. The Cowboys have been given a lifeline, one that they need to make sure they take advantage of. The bunker has made its presence felt. Dylan Rossiter, thank you very much for liking the live over there on the TikTok. Cheers. Anyway, back to the game here. Lifeline presented for the Cowboys. Here's Robson from dummy half, linking up with Peter Griffin-Neame. And the Cowboys have it on halfway on play 3. Robson finds some space up the middle. Quick play the ball. Front foot ball. And numbers. Oh, that's a huge forward pass. And it's called. Ashley Klein had no choice. I mean, it was the right idea because Kyle Felt was untouched in the corner. But it was so far forward. Ashley Klein was left with no choice but to call that one. Drinkwater from dummy half. Through the hands was probably the right option there. They had 4 on 2. And Kennedy lurking at the back there. So they had a 4 on 3. Did the Cowboys. A simple draw and pass would have been the way to go. But Drinkwater has thrown the Harbour Bridge pass over the top of everybody to hit Kyle Felt in one go. And it was a mile forward. It's gone forward by about 5 meters. As Kyle Felt now limping from the field, that's his night done. I would dare say. Scrum down for the Sharks. Ramien tries to fight his way through. So, yeah, Kyle Felt off the field. Anybody who had Felt in their multis is about to be disappointed. Because that's not happening. Play 3 now for the Sharks. Hines runs it to halfway. Offloads to Hunt. Royce Hunt goes straight over the top of one. And he is wrangled down. 40 out from the Cowboys line. Williams to Hazelton in midfield. And Dizzy will play it. 5th and last. 30 out from the Cowboys line. Trindle puts it high into the corner. Contestable. Lost forward by the Sharks, was it? Play on at the moment. The ball ends up with Royce Hunt, and Royce Hunt will dive over and score. It's going up as a try, but there'll be a fair bit to look at here as well. I wouldn't be surprised if this one gets called off them as well. Mulatalo, was it, flying through the air there, competing for the high ball. Well, are they onside as well? Yes, okay, they're onside. Mulatalo goes flying through the air here, or Katoa it might be. Who's that over there? It is Mulatalo, yes. Mulatalo competing in the air as he has done all night long. Does he get hands on it? Yes, he does. And yeah, that'll be a knock on and no try. Another one being taken off the Sharks here for a knock on. I mean, another one justifiably, mind you, like it's the correct call. But still, the Sharks, their second try now, disallowed. And it will come back to 24 points to 6. Moronic Douchebaggery asks if that's Felt's last game. Well, assuming that the Cowboys don't win this one, then yeah, I believe so. I don't think Kyle Felt's going around again next year. I could be wrong about that. LeBron James, ahoy there. Is Manly winning tomorrow? They're certainly in with an opportunity. I do think the Roosters get it done, though. Manly are a red-hot chance. Either way, should be a really close game. Should be a good game. Manly is certainly capable. But I'm leaning towards the Roosters. Your uncle is playing tomorrow. Very nice. Oh, big defense here from the Sharks in midfield. Kyle Felt unlikely to return due to a calf injury. There you go. Cowboys now spread it through the hands and it opens up in midfield for Drinkwater. Where's his support? He's got Val Holmes on the inside, but he's going to go on his own. Drinkwater. Try-saving ankle tap from Will Kennedy. Oh, Drinkwater had Val unmarked on the inside if he could have got it to him. Cowboys just need to go through the hands here. 42 on one out to the right. But the Sharks race up, scramble in defense, and they put the Cowboys on the turf for the handover. Desperation defense all round here for the Cronulla Sharks. Try-saving efforts everywhere. Will Kennedy with the ankle tap. Scott Drinkwater scores in the corner there, but Will Kennedy, a try-saver, potentially a match winner. With 27 minutes still remaining, I don't think it's an overstatement to say that that was a potential match winner. And then from the following play, the ball, front foot ball, a huge overlap to the right. The Cowboys again, no patience in getting the ball out there. Fifth and last now for the Sharks on halfway. Goes to Trindle for the kick. He puts it high into the corner. It's going to land 20 out from the Cowboys line. And it's for Leia in possession. Big run here from McIntyre. Bumps off one. Bumps off Nikora, but Nikora comes back at him. Boy, the Cowboys have had their chances here tonight. This has been incredible to see. They just haven't been able to ice any opportunities. Taumalolo now into Sharks territory. Play 4. 54 minutes gone. 24 points to 6. Fifth and last, 40 out from the Sharks line. Drinkwater puts it high into the corner. Contestable. Taulungi's through. Katoa loses it. It's up for Dearden. Dearden offloads for Cletus. And Ruben Cletus Cotter will score under the posts. They're back in it again here, the Cowboys. Ruben Cletus Cotter scores under the post. It's about to be 24 points to 12. With 25 minutes remaining, the Cowboys are still in this. And by God, they have absolutely no right to be. There is just a sense of inevitability about this. The Sharks in finals. And absolutely Amber hurting the bed. There is just a dark sense of foreboding about this moment right here. The Sharks have had 2 tries disallowed. And now the Cowboys are right back into this, up to their necks. Kerryama Brass, ahoy, how are you doing? Val Holmes from right in front. To make it 24 points to 12. Does so. And there is now plenty of time left. The Cowboys' comeback is well and truly in swing. It couldn't possibly happen. If I recall correctly, the last time Javier, I hope I'm saying that correctly, Javier says JT field goal for the win. Do you mean Jason Talmalolo? Sharks get us back underway. If I do recall correctly, the last time the Cowboys and the Sharks met in an elimination final, the Sharks had the game firmly in control, and it was a late fight back from the Cowboys, and it was Valentine Holmes who put a 40-meter 2-point drop goal over in Golden Point to win on that occasion. Offload here for the Cowboys. Dearden gets it off to Finafuaki. And Finafuaki now plays it. Ruben Cotter up over halfway on play 4. Cowboys with some momentum. Robson up the middle, loses it. Oh, what a let-off. What a huge let-off. Reece Robson trying to get the arms free. He found some space up the middle around the ruck. Spills the ball forward. Plenty of time here. 23 and a half minutes remaining. A long time. Only 2 converted tries the difference. The Sharks had a firm grip on this game, and they've let it just slip a little bit. They have given the Cowboys a sniff. Some belief. Scrum down for the Sharks. Mulatalo. We'll play it. 40 out from their own try line. Here's Wilton still on the field. That's good for my multi. Just short of halfway. Hines has gone back into his shell. Are there any player names that I have difficulty with? All of them, essentially. Wangu. That's why sometimes I have my own little nicknames for people. Because I either can't remember them or can't say them. The Sharks now into Cowboys territory. Hunt with a big fend and a big charge up the middle. Still got the arms free and standing. Now he finally is brought to ground on play 5. 30 out from the line. Trindle puts it up. Contestable kick. Mulatalo's through. It's fallen for the Sharks. Lost forward, said Ashley Klein. Sharks are going to captain's challenge, are they? There's a lot of head shaking going on here for the Sharks. They don't agree with the call. Well, they could captain's challenge. Yeah, well, it's been lost forward, so this is a waste of a challenge. Teague Wilton there has lost it forward into his own face. And then it sits up for Nico Hines, so that's a knock on. Amos Terrence, ahoy there. How are you doing, mate? Yeah, complete waste of a challenge from the Sharks, and that could be crucial as well. So the Sharks have just burnt their captain's challenge. And how critical will that moment be? Cowboys ball, 10 metres out from their own try line. McIntyre. Will this fire the Sharks up? They've been very flat this second half. Nico's gone back into his shell. He was starting to gain some confidence and just sort of get into this game. Cowboys now with Ruben Cotter. Sometimes I have nicknames just for the sake of it, like Ruben Cotter looks like Cletus from The Simpsons. Cletus the slack-jawed yokel. So we call him Cletus. We can say his name. We just choose not to. Fifth and last now. Clifford puts the kick from inside his own 40. In behind Will Kennedy, who spills it backwards. Oh, flurry. Ashley Klein basically has to get the grand final at this point, because if he doesn't, if Ashley Klein doesn't get the grand final, it's pretty much an acknowledgement from the NRL that they've been wrong. all year long. And they won't do that. So yeah, 100% Ashley Klein gets the grand final. 100%. The James says Dearden is Prancer. I like it. Sharks with the offload. Oh, they've thrown it back to nobody now. Kennedy has to race back for it. And then is swarmed by the Cowboys defenders. Fifth and last from good field position. Suddenly to their own side of halfway. And now Hines with a nothing kick straight up the middle of the park. "20 minutes to go. 2 converted tries the difference. And the Cowboys now go up over halfway with Taumalolo. 40 out from the Sharks try line. On play 4. Dearden off the hip to Cletus. Cletus will play it. Fifth and last. Dearden down the short side. Dinks it in over the top. Pressure on Katoa. Katoa was taken in the air. And it's been cleared by Ashley Klein. Well, I've seen it all now. Katoa was clearly played in the air there. And Ashley Klein in the background waving it off. Like, all good, nothing to see here. Oh, God, Wangu. Don't even give them any ideas, mate. Wangu Bunda has said, imagine they gave Casey Badger the final. I think I would honestly boycott it. Talakai beats 1. Goes up to halfway. Tackle 5. Trindle puts the kick down. It's a high looping kick. Taken by the Cowboys. 62 minutes gone. In the bunker. No, Casey Badger should be allowed nowhere near the grand final. Casey Badger shouldn't even be allowed in the seats as a spectator at the grand final. Fifth and last now for the Cowboys. Clifford runs it to the line, puts the kick in. Kennedy's under it, takes it well. Kennedy now goes up the middle. Will Kennedy on a good kick return. Beats Clifford. He's brought down from behind. Balea with a good kick chase. But nice work there for Will Kennedy. "62 minutes gone. Sharks just looking a little gassed now. Rudolph up over halfway. Sloppy play the ball. They get away with it. Hines now in midfield. Comes back to this near side, links up with Nikora. Nikora dummies and goes straight through. Holmes holds on for dear life. And brings him to ground. 15 out from the line now, the Sharks. Ramien to Trindle in midfield. They're going back towards the left. Trindle grubbers in behind the line, but nobody was ready for it. It sits up in goal for Valea, who is tackled by Mulatalo for a goal line dropout. And again, fantastic heads-up play by Braden Trindle, who is having an absolute blinder out there tonight. It's just a shame that nobody else was prepared for that kick. Oh, the Cowboys put it out on the full. The Cowboys goal line restart has gone out on the full, and it is a penalty right out in front for the Sharks. By God, take the 2. Take the 2. Take the 2. Take the 2. It's an obvious decision right now. 64 minutes gone. You're leading by 12. All the momentum is with the opposition. This is the most obvious take the 2 moment. This is what those t-shirts were made for. The Wasted World of Sports take the 2 t-shirts. This exact moment. The Cowboys, what a mistake from Drinkwater. A penalty for the Sharks right in front of the sticks. I tell you what, it did not miss by much, but it missed by enough. And look, everybody in the crowd knows there are peace signs up everywhere. Well, I'm telling you, they're not peace signs. That is the home team supporters letting them know their thoughts. It was an obvious call. Nico Hines, the simplest of penalty goals, puts it right down the middle, and the Sharks lead 26 points to 12. A crucial 2 points. It negates a couple of late converted tries now from the Cowboys, potentially leveling things up and sending us to golden point. Wow, that was a critical penalty, that one. Val Holmes with the restart. Toby Rudolph takes the hit up. Offloads back for Brayley. Brayley dummies. And he is caught. Sharks now leading by 14. Talakai down the short side. Gets the offload back for Brayley. Hines now in midfield. Brayley from dummy half. Offloads to Rudolph. And Toby Rudolph is into Cowboys territory. This is a good set of 6 for the Sharks. Kennedy running around the back of shape. Feeds it on for Nikora. Nikora goes back infield and now back out. Fifth and last. 30 out from Cowboys line. Hines down the short side. Dinks it in over the top for Katoa, who takes it. Offloads for Kennedy, and Kennedy spills it forward. And the Cowboys dive on the loose ball for 0 tackle. 67.5 minutes gone. Sharks leading 26 points to 12. The Cowboys have got all the work to do now. It's been an absolute disaster of a second half for the Sharks, really. They've got over the line a couple of times from knock-ons, and the tries have been rightfully called back. But it's been a shocking second half, really, all things considered. Finefuaki now beats 1, beats 2. Jesse Ramien holds onto him and brings him down. It was a great run, though, from Finefuaki. Play 3. Cowboys still in this. Clifford goes straight up the middle. Flick pass back to the Sharks, though. A no-look flick pass. Well, he probably should have had a look because he's thrown it straight to Keelero, who is now one-on-one stripped by Cletus Cotter, and the Cowboys are back in possession. Taumalolo to Dearden. Down the left, they've got numbers. Holmes steps back infield, looks to offload. Val Holmes has had a good game in a losing effort so far. McLean to Drinkwater. Numbers out to the right again here for the Cowboys. But McIntyre steps back infield, runs away from the overlap. On tackle 2. They've still got chances. Cotter on the wraparound for Drinkwater. To Dearden. Inside for Val Holmes. And Valentine Holmes with a double. Oh, he's had a blinder tonight, Val Holmes. He's scored all the points, hasn't he? Val Holmes? No. Oh, and he's hurt himself. No, I don't think he has. One of the other Cowboys got a try, didn't they? Cletus, that's all right. Cletus Cotter got a try. Cletus Cotter set that one up, though, with the one-on-one strip, and he was involved in the play again around the back for Dearden, who runs across the face of the defence, and a perfect line back in field from Val Holmes. I mean, just a sublime angle that Val Holmes cuts back in on. They had no chance there, the Sharks cover defence. Holmes with the conversion. It is 26 points to 18. And I'm telling you, it's not over yet. It was a crucial penalty goal for the Sharks. But this game is far from over. 10 minutes to go. 8 points the difference. The Sharks have lost from better positions than this before. If I recall correctly, the last time that these two teams met in an elimination final, it was a very similar scoreline. It was the Sharks leading, I believe, 30 points to 22 with about 8 minutes to go, and it got sent to Golden Point. The Cowboys scored on the buzzer under the post to level the scores and send it to Golden Point. They've come back from an 8-point margin before. Just another human, ahoy there. These exact two teams, almost the exact same scoreline, just 4 points difference either side. Exact same scenario as the Sharks get us back underway. Cowboys shift back into midfield with Cletus. On tackle 1, 10 metres out from their own line, looking for a quick play the ball. Pinafuaki out to the 20. Taumalolo with a nice bust up the middle. Quick play the ball. Robson goes from dummy half. Robson finds space. Reece Robson goes straight up the middle. He's got support outside. The kick towed through from Drinkwater. And the Sharks dive on it with Sione Katoa. But geez, the Cowboys are looking threatening on every single play now. Reece Robson firing into it. That was absolutely incredible. Reece Robson nearly turned that game completely on its head. 26 points to 18 with 9 minutes remaining. Well, less than 9 minutes now. And the Sharks are completely gassed. Fifth and last. Only 18 metres gained. They're going to have a run. And they've created space for Mulatalo down the left. Mulatalo floats it back inside for Ero. Ero to Brayley. Brayley has to get the kick away. And it's taken by Dearden in midfield. And Dearden is sacked by Nikita from behind. But the Sharks are absolutely tanked here. They are completely gassed. The Cowboys have got 8 minutes remaining to pull back 8 points. And they've got all the front football here. Tackle 4, Taumalolo is 40 out from the Sharks line. Dearden out the back to Drinkwater. Here they come again. Val Holmes gets tangled up in his own players. Lucky there for the Sharks. Fifth and last. Dearden. Crossfield kick. Oh, it's a great kick. It's contestable. Oh, just flying through. Clifford's given away a stupid penalty there. Ashley Klein's got no choice. Jake Clifford was never making a play at that. He has leapt way too early. They're going to captain's challenge it, but it'll be for naught. Jake Clifford has gone way too early there, and he has just made a nuisance of himself. He's gone flying up over the top of everybody. He's jumped way too early there, and he's not even close to where the ball's about to land. Unsuccessful challenge. And a very relieving penalty here for the Sharks. Ming does not look happy. And nor should he, because that was just silliness. And I can't help but notice that no Nico Hines taking the kicks to touch this week. If anybody remembers last week's disaster. Trindle puts it into touch. And the Sharks on play one now. 40 metres out from their own try line. Rudolph almost breaks up the middle. Loses his pants in the process. Up over halfway. Go the Sharkies. 40 out. McInnes plays it. Hines down the short side. Inside to Nikita. Nikita steps back in field. Fancy footwork and straight up the middle goes Nikita. They hold on to the jersey. And Kennedy's there in support. Play 4. Sharks. Here's their chance to ice this game. Hines loses it out the back. It was touched. It'll be 6 again. That's crucial. These are all crucial minutes. Crucial seconds. Crucial tackles. McInnes almost gets on the outside. They've got numbers to the left here. Sharks need quick play the ball. Left's where they go. Trindle dummies. Goes on his own. He wants a third. They're 5 metres out here. McInnes at first receiver. Pops it up for Kafusi, who beats one. Looks to get the arms free. Tackle 2. Sharkies still a couple of metres out. Here's Hines. Flat pass to McInnes. Goes through the gap. Just short, McInnes. Tom Dearden with a try saver. Hines again. Dummies this time. And goes on his own. Tackle 4. This is good goal line defence. The Cowboys defending literally for their season. Now, Trindle with the crossfield kick. It's taken by Valea. Offloads for McIntyre. McIntyre fends on Mulatalo, but he puts a foot on the dead ball line, and it will be a goal line dropout. And Drinkwater will keep this about 50 metres inside the touchlines. Rest assured of that. They'll be going short, and it'll be nowhere near the sideline from Drinkwater on this occasion. It does go short, and it doesn't find the 10. And the Sharks will get the play the ball 10 metres out in midfield. It's a penalty because they've given away a penalty from the restart and they've burnt their captain's challenge. The Cowboys cannot challenge this. They have wasted their challenge. So they can't challenge. It's been deemed to have been touched by McIntyre. Sam McIntyre tried his best to avoid it. The Sharks tap and go. Rudolph. No thought of the 2 points there, and that's probably fair. Brayley to Trindle. Kennedy out the back of shape was read by Valea. And he's brought down 10 metres out on play 2. They just want to stay up this end of the field, the Sharks, basically. The jump from 8 points to 10 doesn't really do them a whole world of good. They'd be much better just seeing out these 6 tackles. If they score a try, great. If they don't, just go to ground. Do not give away the ball early like they just have, as Reece Robson with the one-on-one strip. That was the worst possible outcome for the Sharkies. As Dearden now fights his way out to the 20-metre line. Oh, they just can't ice the big moments. The Sharks just cannot ice these big-time moments. That was the worst possible outcome of that little scenario for the Sharks. Can the Cowboys make them pay? Here's Lukey. One-on-one tackle by Iro is a good one. 3.5 minutes remaining. Clifford on play 4. Kicks back into midfield. It's not the greatest kick in the world. And it sits up for Sione Katoa. And the Sharks are back in possession. Katoa puts the step on and brings it out to the 40. Clifford's down in back play. We've got time off here. Is it Clifford? No, it's Val. Well, Val seemed to have hurt his leg earlier. After he scored that try, Val was limping back into position. Well, it seems like he's well and truly cooked it now. Yep. There's not even any contact there. He's just running. And whatever it was that he tweaked after he scored that last try has now completely flared up. and Val is done for the night. Well, he's had a great game, Val Holmes. In what ultimately might turn out to be a losing effort, Val Holmes is one player who can seriously hold his head high. He has had a great game. We did see, after he scored that last try, he was limping back into position. And I guess whatever he may have tweaked, really, that was it there. That's where it ultimately flared up. And completely did him in. Sharks back in possession now. Catch you later, Gamer Mel. They're 20 metres out from the Cowboys line, and they are just looking to wind down the clock now, the Sharkies. No tries in the second half. I'm sure they would like to just bag one. Fifth and last, Hines onto Wilton. Wilton goes close. And they hand it over a metre out. Perfect on this occasion from the Sharks. Looking with 2 minutes to go, ever more likely to be the Sharks versus the Panthers in the preliminary final. Dear God, that's going to be a massacre. 2 minutes left, though. Can the Cowboys pull off a miracle? I feel like a little bit of Val dust might have been the difference. Oh, well, there's an error at the back. Jeremiah Nanai spills the ball, and the Sharks have done it now, surely. The Sharks have got this in the bag. 0 tackle. A minute and a half remain. And surely, not even the Sharks can balls it up from here. Mulatalo just goes to ground. That they won't even try for more points here, the Sharks. They will just run out the rest of this set. I really can't imagine they care if they score a try in this second half or not. I wouldn't. Take the win. Think about how one can possibly beat the Penrith Panthers. Hines runs it to the line or floats to Wilton. Wilton is just going to run backwards here and lurk in midfield. Like I said, they're not interested in scoring a try. They just want to keep the ball down this end of the field. It's smart play. Trindle. Flat pass there to Nikora, who spills it. 10 seconds remain. 8 points the difference. The Sharks will go through to the preliminary final to face the Penrith Panthers. What a performance from the Sharks. Well, in the first half anyway. The second half was a bit shocking. But they've done enough to get away with the win. The scoreboard pressure was probably ultimately what did it in the end. That was such a crucial penalty. Imagine just the difference in psychology, the mindset, if it was still 24 points to 18 when the Cowboys went on that little run. The whole mindset of both sides would have been completely different. It was such an important 2 points. And the Sharks, most importantly though, they have tasted success in a finals game for the first time in their last 8 matches. For the first time ever, with Craig Fitzgibbon as coach. Fitzy as head coach, his first taste of a finals win. And it must feel good. I tell you what, as a Sharks supporter, I'd forgotten what it was like to win a game of finals footy. They had lost, honestly, their last 7 in a row. They finally bag a win come finals time. It really was a game of 2 halves for the Sharkies, though. The first half was immense. I don't know what the halftime talk was, But whatever the halftime talk was, probably never use it again. Because they really sucked in the second half. And they pretty well only just held on there in that second 40 minutes. But only just hold on is all that you need to do. 26 points to 18. It doesn't matter. Finals footy elimination time. It doesn't matter if you win by 40 or if you win by 1 or as it was the case tonight, you win by 8. Doesn't matter because for and against is all irrelevant. Jai over there on TikTok says, I feel bad for Felt. Yeah, so did we establish whether Kyle Felt is indeed, that's it for him? Is he going around again next year? Did we establish that? I'm pretty sure that I saw somewhere earlier in the year that this was it for Kyle Felt, but I could be mistaken. Seems like he would still have another year in him if he wanted to. If he really, really wanted to. Okay, yeah, there you go. That was his last NRL game. He's headed to the Super League. Oh, very nice. Do we know where yet? Has he signed a contract? Very cool. We'll be covering the Betfred Super League finals here on the channel, actually. I'm looking forward to seeing some familiar names. I realise he's not headed over there right now, Kyle Felt, but I just mean in general, ex-NRL players. Yeah, I know Super League. I meant, like, what team? And I do apologise, Michelle, if these conversations aren't connected, but it's like, yeah, he's off to England. Oh, cool. Where? Like, obviously Super League. I mean, like, what team? Super League! Yes, I know that, but what team? Do we know yet? Okay, DJ Shaq says he signed a 2-year deal with St. Helens. Ah, oh, cool. Probably one of the teams that I dislike the most in Betfred Super League. But anyway, yeah, Kyle Felt, a sad end to an NRL career. I mean, not the loss, but just the fact that he didn't get to see out the full 80 minutes. Very, very much not an ideal situation there. And, of course, Val Holmes didn't see out the 80 minutes as well. Val Holmes, of course, his last game for the Cowboys. So, I mean, he had a great game up until that point, but a shame that he couldn't see out the 80 minutes. Yes, Val Holmes is off to the Dragons next year. Reuniting with Flanagan. Coach Flanagan. Let's not forget, I mean, there were a lot of other players involved, of course, but what I'm saying is let's not forget that the Flanagan-Holmes combination as coach and player took the Cronulla Sharks to their maiden premiership in 2016. So, I guess what I'm saying is Dragons to win the premiership. Oh, God. As if... Wow. Okay. 26 points to 18. The Sharks have done just enough there in that second half to hold on and claim victory. But I tell you, they only just held on. It was not a convincing second half. Dan Jam. You know, the Fox is still swearing that he did not do it. Didn't take anything. Don't know how I'm getting that reading of positive for cocaine, but I didn't take anything. Sports, baby. Absolutely, 100%. I said that at the top of the stream. I said the winner of this match, as their prize, gets to go and get pumped by the Panthers next week. So, we've got Sharks next Saturday in a preliminary final against the Panthers. Who's going to be in the next one? Tomorrow, right here on the Waste of Water Sports, I'll be bringing you all the action as the Roosters take on the Sea Eagles in semi-final number 2. Can it be a dream scenario for Brooksy? Luke Brooks leaves the Tigers, immediately gets into the finals with his new club, the Manly Sea Eagles, and his first taste of semi-final footy. Can he get his first taste of a preliminary? Roosters, Manly, coming up tomorrow. And, of course, tomorrow, the Bledisloe Cup / Rugby Championship as the Wallabies take on the All Blacks. Tommy Lobb, ahoy there. Amos Terrence says Sharks' second half was not pretty. It certainly wasn't, and no, I can't imagine that I can't imagine that either side would be able to beat the Panthers. And yeah, I'd mentioned it a couple of times during the stream as well, that really the reward for victory from this game is a preliminary final thumping at the hands of the Panthers next weekend. But still, look, I suppose you never really know. I mean, footy is a funny old game. I mean, look at this game, for example, 26 points to 18. Yeah, ultimately, it ended up. Sharks had 2 tries disallowed, rightfully so. They were knock-ons. But what I'm saying is, like, it's a game of millimeters, yeah? There was only a little bit in those 2 tries. I mean, if those 2 tries go the other way, then suddenly you're looking at a 38 points to 8 potentially scoreline, or 38 points to 18, sorry. A very, very different looking game. I mean, you look back on it and you go, wow, it was an absolute annihilation. So what I'm saying is, it's a funny old game. It could be a case of a couple of millimeters one way or the other. Some of those Panthers tries, that try-scoring opportunities that they inevitably get, they happen to not succeed with next week, and you just never know. The Sharks get a lucky bounce of the ball. You just never know. But, I mean, I do find it very hard to imagine. I really do. It's hard to imagine anything but a Panthers Storm grand final, and I've been saying that for weeks now. But still, you never know. Sports Baby says Penrith won't let that happen, but sometimes, Sports Baby, that's what I mean. Sometimes it's not about letting it happen. Nobody ever lets it happen. I mean, sometimes the bounce of the footy is just cruel. It can be a cruel old sport sometimes. Okay. Well, 26 points to 18. The Sharks, they did just enough to get the job done. Blair on TikTok says, Cleary won't let it happen. What an absolute beast. Nathan Cleary. Well, both Clearys. A beast of a player in Nathan. A beast of a coach in Ivan. I mean, I'm hoping the Panthers win the 4 in a row for my dad. Those of you who have met my dad on the streams before, that's his team, and I would love to see the Panthers get up for him, even if it's at the expense of my own team. Because let's face it, come grand final time, the Panthers are the best option for defeating the Storm in the grand final. Even though the Sharks managed it in 2016, it's a vastly different team. Anyways, oh God, I'm still recovering from this food poisoning. I had a really, really severe bout of food poisoning. It was a few days ago, and I'm well and truly on the road to recovery. So I do apologize. I am struggling a little bit tonight. This has not been my finest performance by any stretch of the imagination. But yeah, I am struggling on through. So if we're all done, if there's no more questions in the chat room, I may just take my leave for the night and rest up for tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow here on the channel, we've got All Blacks versus Wallabies in the Bledisloe Cup, and then semi-final number 2, which I'm really, really looking forward to. Should be a great game tomorrow. Roosters versus Manly. Jace in the TikTok chat says Manly will beat the Roosters. I'm feeling Golden Point tomorrow. Does anybody else get that feeling of Golden Point? It's just got the golden points about it tomorrow, I think. Luke Brooks. Oh, what a dream scenario this would be, right? Golden Point, Luke Brooks kicks the match-winning field goal. I mean, wouldn't that be something? That'd just be poetic. Brooksy in his first ever final series kicks the match winner in Golden Point against the Roosters to put them through to a preliminary final. Mind you, I mean, all that being said, but I'm still back in. I'm back in the Roosters in tomorrow. I think the Roosters get it done. You know what? I love Gus Gould. I love his fountain of knowledge. I would absolutely love to sit under that learning tree and just get all that knowledge out of that man's head. But boy, he really does look like an absolute sourpuss on commentary. He really, really doesn't look like he wants to be there half the time. Flurry says we are both blonde. Okay, I'm assuming she's not. She. Oh God. I'm assuming that wasn't about me. I've got two things going at once here. I'm getting myself confused. Kirby on TikTok has said it's not like the Cows or the Sharks are going to beat the Panthers anyway. Just hoped Cows could make it further. Fair enough, Kirby. As a long-suffering Sharks supporter, though, I feel like we were due for a finals win. So for the Cowboys, they'll just have to wait for next year, and I'm sure they'll be back next year. Who have they got? So. No, that's all good, Michelle. I'm reading this here on YouTube, and I'm trying to show a little bit more love and attention to the TikTok chat. Even though, like, TikTok at the moment, we don't have access to the proper live studio, and it's just my phone pointed at the YouTube screen. So it's kind of dodgy video-wise. But I do have this really cool dedicated wireless microphone for the TikTok feed. and I've just clipped that to the main microphone. So at least tonight, the audio quality should theoretically have been better than the previous streams over there on TikTok, whilst we're waiting for approval on the proper TikTok live studio. So and ultimately I've just been getting myself confused. I'm looking here and I sort of half read a comment here and I look over on this screen and then I see somebody else has posted a comment. So I'm halfway through reading that one and then I notice this one and I get confused. I'm getting, I've got to find a better scenario for it. And there will be a better scenario for it in the future. Once we're big enough for TikTok to recognize us as being worthy of having the proper live studio. But anyways, Kirby on TikTok says, I didn't see much of Nico tonight. I felt like Nico had a very quiet and unconfident start to the game. I feel like he started to get a little more involved in the back end of the first half, and he started to gain a little bit of confidence, and he started taking the ball to the line a lot more. But then in the second half, he really, really got quiet again and just kind of dropped out of play and just let Braden Trindle do what he was doing and run the show. But I think he was a lot more solid than in recent weeks. Anyway, Wasted World of Sports, thank you so much. I'm all talked out, I think, for the night. I very much appreciate your company here for this one, semi-final number 1. And as I said, coming up tomorrow, live on Facebook, live on YouTube, Wasted World of Sports on YouTube, Wasted World of Sports on Facebook, Wasted World of Sports on TikTok. We'll be coming to you live for the Bledisloe Cup, All Blacks versus Wallabies, followed by semi-final number 2, Manly versus the Roosters. I'll catch you tomorrow. Thank you so much. It's been a fun night. And, until next time, cheers. Sharks get the job done here tonight. Just 26-18. Catch you tomorrow for another call.
Welcome to the wasted world of sports, where the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play, but it's the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 hey. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. Scrums and tries, they're all well and good, but we're here for the jokes and tank pads last from the kickoff to the final whistles blow. We'll take the 2 and we're ready to go. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. We break down the plays, but it's all in jest. With a laugh and a cheer, we bring out cheer. We'll see you on the pitch and drink some beer. Yeah.